Acquiring funding and financing. What you need to know and how to get it. Few people deal with the process of raising investment capital until they need to raise capital for their own firm. As a result, many entrepreneurs go about the task of raising capital haphazardly because they lack experience in this area. There are three main reasons why entrepreneurs need to raise money for their firm. The first is cash flow challenges. There are several things that need to be done before sales are even generated, such as pay for advertising, hire and train employees, and purchase inventory. Second is capital investments. The cost of buying real estate, building facilities, and purchasing equipment typically exceeds a firm's ability to provide funds for these on its own. Third is lengthy product development cycles. Some products are in development for years before they generate earnings. There are some alternatives for raising money for a new venture. Let's take a closer look at these options. Personal financing. This means you can fund the startup yourself or with the help of your friends and family, rather than seeking help from an investor. Another way to personally finance is to bootstrap. This means using your own credit cards, using thriftiness and cost cutting, sharing office space with another business, or any other creative means necessary to avoid outside funding. Let's say you've decided not to bootstrap or use your family's money. Before seeking outside financing, you need to be prepared. First, figure out how much money you will actually need. Next, determine the type of funding that is most appropriate for your business. The most common financing options are equity funding and debt financing. Equity funding means you're exchanging partial ownership in your firm in exchange for funding. Debt financing is getting a loan and paying it back with interest. Finally, develop a strategy for engaging potential investors and bankers. In order to really catch their attention, you'll need an elevator speech. An elevator speech is a brief, carefully constructed statement that outlines the merits of a business opportunity. It's handy to have one of these in your back pocket, both for formal pitches to investors and unexpected opportunities to talk about your business. An elevator speech should be around 60 seconds. In that time, you should discuss the opportunity or problem that needs to be solved, how your product meets the opportunity or solves the problem, your qualifications, and your market. Now that you have your elevator speech ready, you should know the different types of people who can listen to your speech. The three major sources of equity funding are venture capital, business angels, and initial public offerings. Venture capital is money that is invested by venture capital firms in startups and small businesses with exceptional potential for growth. There are about 875 venture capital firms in the U.S. Business angels are individuals who invest their personal capital directly in startups. Business angels are valuable because of their willingness to make relatively small investments. These investors generally invest between $10,000 and $500,000 in a single company. They are looking for companies that have the potential to grow between 30 to 40% per year. Initial public offering, or IPO, is a company's first sale of stock to the public. When a company goes public, its stock is traded on one of the major stock exchanges. An IPO is an important milestone for a firm. Typically, a firm is not able to go public until it has demonstrated that it is viable and has a bright future. You may decide that debt financing is the better option for you. One option for debt financing is commercial banks. Banks are interested in firms that have a strong cash flow, low leverage, audited financials, good management, and a healthy balance sheet. The next option for debt financing is an SBA loan. Almost all small businesses are eligible to apply for an SBA guaranteed loan. They can be used for almost any legitimate business purpose. Let's talk about some creative ways to fund your business. A great new way is by crowdfunding. This means raising funds from your friends and family, the crowd, typically via the internet. Some popular crowdfunding sites include Kickstarter, GoFundMe, Crowdfunder.com, and CircleUp. Another great way to fund your business is by using grants. The Small Business Innovation Research and the Small Business Technology Transfer programs are two important sources of early-stage funding for technology firms. You can see what other grants you might be available for at grants.gov. Finally, strategic partners are another source of capital for new ventures. Many partnerships are formed to share the costs of product or service development, to gain access to particular resources, or to facilitate speed to market. Older established firms benefit by partnering with young entrepreneurial firms. We hope this presentation has given you some great ideas to get your new venture off the ground. Now get out there and get funding for your business.
Created using Powtoon.